What exactly did Black people ever do? Like, I'm genuinely asking, what did we ever do to deserve anti-Blackness in every single community? We were brought over here in chains. We were beat, raped, and murdered. We fought for our freedom just to end up with Jim Crow and segregation and being lynched by the KKK. We were segregated into our own communities, then denied jobs, denied funding for our schools. You kill our Black men, then make fun of us for not having fathers. You dehumanize and demonize and kill our Black women, and nobody bats an eye. What exactly did Black people do? What exactly did we do?
All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, who the world calls God. Bahashem just means in the name of Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, right? So this is going to be a short but sweet video through the Spirit, basically answering the sister's question, because a lot of our brothers and sisters had the same question that she had, and you can hear it in her voice, that she was kind of, she was emotional. She really want to know why. She really want to know, and brothers, a lot of brothers and sisters do too, why, what did we do to deserve what we're going through? What do we do? What do we do to have to be on slave ships? What did we do to go through Jim Crow, through segregation? What do we have to? Why are we going through this stuff? Why are we treated so poorly in the world? Not even just in America, around the whole world. Why are we treated poorly? Why are we the most hated? You know what I'm saying? Why are we the most hated? That's the question. Because we are indeed the most hated, and it's a reason why. I'm going to dig into it very, very quickly. I'm going to get into why we the most hated. It's because we know that it's deeper than just your hair, although they hate, because you got to think about it. Envy is love and hate at the same time. They envy us because they like our hair, but they hate us because they don't have our type hair. They hate our melanin because they don't have our melanin. You know what I'm saying? They hate everything about us because they can't do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the greatest people on the face of the planet. And that's one reason why we hate it. And I'm going to get that. This Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we are hated and we get treated so poorly by these other people because it ain't because of your skin color. It ain't just because of your skin color. Because you have East Indians. I say this all the time. You have East Indians. You have Arab men. You have some Chinese men that's darker than us. Go to the corner store and you see an Arab man that's running it darker than you. But he not going through what your people going through. Because it's deeper than just your color. It's who you are. It's who you descend from. You gotta think, you blacks and Latinos, you descend from the greatest people on the face of the planet. You descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that means that a lot of people don't know what that means. But first, let me get what I just read again. Let me read it again. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. It's Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So that's one reason why are we the most hated. Why are we going through all this stuff? Because we the greatest people on the face of the planet, man. And these people, they hate you because they ain't you. And they want to cause all type of harm to you because they want to be you. They want to be you, but they can't. They want what you got. They want what the Lord is receiving. They want what the Lord is giving to you. They want to be the chosen people. They know that we're the chosen people. They want to be in your shoes. If they had a choice to a whole day, if they had a choice to be so-called black a whole day, they would do it. And guess what? They wouldn't even try to give it up. You'll be like, okay, your time's up. You got to go back to being a so-called white man. No, I'm not doing it. They're going to tell you, no, I'm not doing it. I'm staying. They're going to be like, I'm staying a nigga. I'm staying a nigga. I'm not giving this hair up. I'm not giving this skin up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving this spirit up. I'm staying a nigga. You not telling me nothing else. But if they stayed so called, if they could stay black for a day, they wouldn't even give it up, man. I like these lips, right? I like having rhythm. I can dance. I like to be able to sing while I'm in the shower. I finally can be able to cook, and you telling me I got to go back to a so-called white person? I'm not doing it. I put my foot down. You know what I'm saying? That's what they will be doing. Because we are the chosen people, man. And that's why it brings so much hate just by your presence of you being around them or you walking in, man. They fear you, man. Especially you men, you so-called black men, they fear you, bro. They don't fear you just because of your skin color, because you got your dreads. No, they fear you because who you are, man. You got to think about it. Your spirit. You come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They can feel it in your spirit, your presence when you walk around that you ain't nothing to play with, man. And they fear you. But let me show you what also another reason why they hate you, man. Because they ain't receiving this. This Romans chapter 9 and verse 3. For I could wish that this Paul speaking. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glories and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises, whose are the fathers and whom are concerning the flesh. Christ came, who is over all. God bless forever. Amen. So we receiving all this stuff, man. We received the adoption. We receiving the glory. So the glory and the covenants, which is the law. The law is only given to the Israelites. But we know in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be ruling and these other nations going to have to serve us. Because you got to think about it. They read this book. They understand this book. So they hate you because they hate you because you and your forefathers and foremothers received the covenant from the Most High God, and that He was only dealing with the Israelites. When you get into the Bible, you will see that the Lord was only dealing with Israel. All throughout the Bible, this is an Israelite book. This is a story of the Israelites. It ain't telling the story of the Edomites. They might talk about them every now and then, but it's not telling the story of them. This is why we don't have no so-called history. That's why they don't tell us about our heritage. We don't have no stories about our people. But because the Bible said, they don't want you to know that. The Bible is your storybook. It's telling you about your history. In the Bible, the Lord only fought for Israel. And they understand that. Now they also understand who the kingdom of heaven for and how many gates does it have. I'm going to show you. That's why we hate it so much. That's why we going through all this. But I'm getting this to show you why I'm getting these to show you why you hate it so much. But now I'm finna get into the real, the deeper meaning of why we going through this. It's the reason why, because we broke the covenant with the Most High God, which is the reason why we in this position. This Revelation is 21 and 12. And had a wall great and high. Now this talking about the kingdom of heaven. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. And at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So the kingdom of heaven, we taught that the kingdom of heaven got one big gate that everybody gonna walk through. No, the Bible said the kingdom of heaven got 12 gates. So in order for you to be able to walk through those gates, you have to be an Israelite, because the Bible said it's for the nation of Israel. So they understood, like, dang, that's why they hate you so much, because of what the Most High God blessing you with. They looking at you like, dang, these dang Israelites get all this stuff and I get nothing. I got to be their servants and handmaids. Yes, they're going to have to serve you. They're going to be slaves to you, black and Latinos. Let me get that. I ain't just talking. Let me get it. It's beauty at the end, man. It's beauty at the end of the rainbow, man. We just going through this right now. But it's beauty at the end of the rainbow. It's Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them in their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them. So we're going to take them. That's going into prophecy that's going to come to pass. The Lord said He's going to have mercy on Jacob. Who is Jacob? Us, the Israelites. Because in order for you to be an Israelite, you got to come through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob's name will change to Israel. So the Lord said He's going to have mercy on Jacob and Israel. and set them in their own land. So he gonna set us into our own land. And the strangers, which in this account are the other nations, shall be joined with them. So they're gonna be joined into us. They're gonna be right with us, right? And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So they're gonna cleave to us. Wherever we go, they're gonna want to go. When we tell them to do something, they're gonna have to do it. When we tell them to come here, they're gonna have to come here. And the people shall take them. So the Bible said we're gonna take them. It didn't say that we're gonna ask them. It didn't say that we was gonna beg them to come with us. The Bible said we're gonna take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So the Bible said we're going to possess them in the land. So when you possess something, you own it. I possess this phone, right? I own this phone. I possess these chips, right? That means I own these chips. You know what I'm saying? I possess this cup, right? That means I own this cup. So the Bible said we're going to possess them. So we're going to own them like they did us. In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive. So we're gonna take them captives, which is when you in captive to something. Like when we was in captivity, we still in captivity though. But when we was in captivity back then, that means we were slaves. We still captives now in this land. We still slaves now. So they're gonna be captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressor. So we're going to rule over our oppressor. We're going to take them captives and rule over them. And they understand that. They understand that even if they don't read the Bible, a lot of these heathen, they understand that because they believe in karma. They understand that they got to pay for what they did. They understand that. But they don't want to believe it though. In their mind, they're like, dang, I know it's going to come a time I got to pay for it. But they don't want to believe it. And that what makes them mad at you. They mad at you because they understand your greatness and they understand what you're going to be receiving. They understand that one day you're going to rule over them and they don't want to accept it. So they get angry and angry and angry, man. They get angry. And it goes back to the beginning of time. I'm going to show you. First, let me get this Deuteronomy. Now I'm going to show you the reason why the sister, and she had some good questions, man. And that question got to be answered. Why are we so hated? But let me sum it up for you real quick. And I'm gonna get the verse. So basically, I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna get the whole chapter, but I'm gonna get some, right? So this is what happened. Y'all can read it yourself. Read Deuteronomy 28. You will see why we're in the position we're in right now. Read the whole Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Read the whole thing. Because this is what happened. Right? We know it's like you. It's like it. So we know that, if you didn't know, the commandments was given to the Israelites. When you get into the whole Torah from Genesis to Deuteronomy, those are a lot of commandments that was given to the Israelites only. So we made a covenant, we made a promise to the Most High God. Now, it was that, one, you got two options. You keep my commandments and you going to receive what I'm going to read to y'all. Or if you don't keep my commandments, it's going to be a punishment. So basically, you keep the commandments and you obey the Lord, you're going to be set on high. You disobey the commandments of the Lord, you're going to be brought low and have a curse on you. And that's the reason why we're in this position right now, because we had a curse. But I'm just going to read some of the blessings that the Lord said would have happened to us if we would have kept the commandments. If we would have kept the commandments, we would have never went into slavery. We would never have to work 9 to 5s. We would never have to depend on the so-called white man. We would never have to work for them. They would have to work for us. We wouldn't be have to eat GMO foods, right? We wouldn't be have to pay for water. We would not have to be doing these things. But we broke the commandments, and that was part of the agreement. It was part of the contract. If you break my commandments, this stuff that I say gonna happen to you is gonna happen to you. No ifs and buts about it. But our people decided, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and we broke that contract. So we living up to the contract that we broke as a people, passed on from generation to generation. We keep going through this same curse. But let me get the blessings, some of the blessings that he said would have happened to us if we would have kept the commandments. This Deuteronomy 28. And it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently. So hearken means listen. If you listen to me, to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. So we were supposed to be set above all nations on the earth, man. We were supposed to be set above all nations. The Lord wanted us. All we had to do was keep the commandments. We would have been set on high. They would be serving us like they're gonna be doing in the kingdom of heaven. They would have to serve us, cause we would be on high. All we had to do is listen. But now we not on high. We at the bottom. Let me show you. Let me show you. I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna compare the curses and the blessings. Now the Bible said if we would have kept the commandments, we would be on high. But let's see what happened if he said this would happen if we didn't keep the commandments. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and you shall come down very low. So because we didn't keep the commandments, the strangers, which are the other nations, they came above us. We have to go to them for everything. And we came down very low. Now we in the projects. Now we occupy the ghettos. Now we occupy the trap houses because we didn't keep the commandments. This is why we going through all this stuff, because we broke God's laws. Let me keep going back to the blessings. Let me get verse 3, 28 and 3. Blessed shall I be in the city, and blessed shall I be in the field. So the Lord said, if you would have kept my commandments, you would have been blessed in the city. Everywhere you would have went in the city, your people would have been prospering. Everywhere you would have went in the field, your people would have been prospering. Growing crops, mighty crops, being farmers. But now since you broke that commandment, let's go to 28. Let's go to 28 and 16. They go a curse. Cursed should I be in the city, and cursed should I be in the field. So the Bible says, since if we didn't keep the commandments, we're going to be cursed in the city. So now where you look, everywhere we go, our people are living the poorest in the cities. We are the ones that are struggling the most in the cities. He said, and we're going to be cursed in the field. So who is cursed in the fields? Any type of field. Tobacco field, cotton field. Who is cursed in the fields picking cotton? Getting whipped day in and day out. We were. The Lord had a whole bunch of blessings for us to receive if we would have hearkened and listened. And he had a whole bunch of curses already set up for us if we didn't listen. So we had to choose. We're going to get the blessings, we're going to get the curses. But our people were so wicked, they chose the curses. So we living up to the curses. This is why we so hate it, man. This is why we going through all this stuff right now that we going through as a people, because we didn't listen to the Most High God. We living up to our punishments right now. Let me get another. I'm gonna skip around. Let me see. I get one more. Y'all can get it. Y'all can get these on your own. I might get two more. Get into the blessings and the curses. So the Bible said, this Deuteronomy, I'm just skipping around. I get Deuteronomy 28 and 6. I get two more of the blessings. He said, blessed shall I be when thou cometh in, and blessed shall I be when thou goeth. So we supposed to be blessed wherever we go, man. We supposed to rock around, and these other nations were going to serve us. Wherever we went, they was going to give us stuff. They're going to bow down to us as kings and princesses as we are, the nation of Israel. We were supposed to be blessed everywhere we went. But now we look around, we curse everywhere we go. Everywhere we go, we cursed. My phone on 10%, so I kind of got to speed it up. But we curse wherever we go, man. We curse in the city and we curse in the field. So let me get this. This one right here. Here go a blessing that we're supposed to get. Deuteronomy 28 and 10. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. So the Bible said, man, if y'all would have kept my commandments, hey, man, these other nations, they would know that you're the Most High God's children, and they'll be afraid of you, man, because you would be so mighty. You'll be the Most High will be looking out for you so much that they'll be fearing you, man. They'd be scared to come up to you and be scared to make war with you or even say a word to you. But now they freely come up to you. They freely say nigga. They freely call you boy. They freely talk about you to your face. But the Bible said they'll be scared to do that. They'll be scared to do that. But now, I'm going to go to a curse to show you now what they think of us. Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment. So we're going to become an astonishment. A proverb and a byword among all the nations where the Lord shall lend thee. So now we went from them fearing us, if we would have kept the commandments, to now we getting called a byword. We getting called proverbs. We've been looking at, we getting looked at as an astonishment, an embarrassment, a wow. See what I'm saying? So this is why we going through what we going through, man. And I want to get this real quick before my phone die. Get one more reason why we going through what we going through as a people. Let me get this real quick. If anybody know the story of Jacob and Esau, you know why they hated that you hated so much as well, because you receive like I already said, the blessing you receive the blessings and the birthright. Y'all can read this on your own as well. I might go get my phone for real. I'm at my charger. Know what? I get in. I got faith that my phone ain't gonna die. The Genesis, Most High got me. Gotta have faith the size of a mustard seed. My phone ain't gonna die. So I got let me see what I want. Let me get why they hate you as well too, because Esau, if you didn't know, Esau is the forefather of the so-called white people that we see on today's time. Jacob is our forefather, and Jacob and Esau, when you get into it, they were twins in Rebecca's womb, but they was fighting inside her womb. They wasn't getting along. They were fighting each other, and the Lord said that we were supposed to be separated as soon as we came out, because we're two different nations of people, and we know that us and the so-called white people, we two different people, man. We're not even close to the same people. We totally completely different as a people. So let me get Deuteronomy. I'm finna show you what happened. So you gotta think about it. I'm gonna say this too. Esau came out first, so Esau was the oldest. So actually, Esau was supposed to receive the birthright because he came out first, but that wasn't the Lord's plan. The Lord already came to Rebecca and told Rebecca what was going to happen, that Jacob was going to receive the birthright. But Jacob received it by tricking Esau. You know what I'm saying? Actually, going back before that, Esau sold his birthright. Let's clear that up. Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, and then tried to get it back. He tried to be a so-called Indian giver, right? So let me get it's verse 27, Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So Jacob had some pottage. And Esau was coming from the field, right? He was tired. He probably was out there, they hunters. So Esau probably was out there trying to hunt a lion or something. He got tired from the faint. Verse 30, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Edom just means wasted away. And that red pottage that he talking about is raw meat. So Esau sold his birthright for raw meat. And Jacob says, sell me this day thy birthright. So you know how we be. He smooth with it. He came to him and be like, hey, I need some of that red pottage. No, he probably was crying. Please, may I have that red pottage? And Esau said, hold up. All right, I get it to you. But hold up, sell me your birthright first. If you really hungry, I know you finna faint. You look like you hungry. This can really help you. Sell me your birthright first. Jacob was smooth with it. He said, hey, you want this food? Sell me your birthright first. And Jacob said, no, in verse 32, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? So Esau basically saying, oh my God, I'm finna die. What did birthright mean to me anyway? I'm finna die, I don't need it. That's what Esau's saying. And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he swore unto him, and he sold him his birthright unto Jacob. So he sold his birthright unto Jacob for raw meat. He didn't. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So Esau despised his birthright, man. He despised his birthright. I'm going to get a little bit more on that to show you why. I'm going to show you how wicked he is, man, because he tried to get it back. So now let me get Genesis 27, back into the story of Jacob and Esau, and going into why they really hate you, man. Because it's in their DNA, it's in their bloodline, it's in their spirit to hate you because of this reason right here that I'm going to read to you, right? Let me get it. It's Genesis 27. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son, he said unto him, behold, here I am. And he said, behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. I think I already read this, the first one. Let me go back. All right, I'm gonna keep going. And now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons. It's like verse 4. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. So Esau was supposed to so-called get that blessing, but we know it wasn't in the Most High plans because Esau the oldest. So the oldest was supposed to get all the inheritance, your oldest. But that wasn't the Most High plan. It was already supposed to give it to Jacob. It was already planned like that. And you remember in the beginning, Esau sold his birthright. He trying to be slick and get it back. That's wicked. You sold your birthright and still trying to receive the blessings. And it says, in verse 5, and Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau, his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob, her son. So while Esau in the field, Rebekah came to Jacob, her youngest son, saying, behold, I heard thy father speaking to Esau, thy brother, saying, bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Verse 8, now therefore, my son, it's Rebekah talking, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thee 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And so it's a mother and son thing right here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a mother and son thing of Rebekah trying to help Jacob, which was in the Most High plans to get that birthright, because Esau wasn't meant to get it in the first place. He's a devil. It says, verse 11, and Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. So Jacob basically saying, how am I gonna fool Isaac, my father? And Esau hairy. He might want to touch me. He might want to give me a hug. And he going to see that I'm not hairy. So that's what Jacob basically saying. Verse 12. My father peradventure will feel me. See, he will touch him. And I shall seem to him as a deceiver. And I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing. Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, upon me, Satan. How my phone just slide like that, I know it. That's Satan, man. And verse 13, his mother said unto him, upon me be thou cursed, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, and such as his father loved. So Rebekah Esau was really supposed to make the meat, but Rebekah, our foremother, she's a so-called black woman, she's making the food, for her husband Isaac. And Rebekah, verse 15, and Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her youngest son. So she basically kind of put on, Esau clothing. She put Jacob on Esau clothing. So if he feel Jacob, he'll think it's Esau, because remember, Isaac was kind of blind, so he really couldn't see him. So all he had to go off was feeling. So she put him on Esau clothes. So if he do feel Jacob, he would think that Jacob is Esau. Verse 16, and she put the skin of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and put the smooth of his neck. So she put the goat skin on his hands. So Esau had to be like the so-called white people is now, real hairy and real rusty, skin real raw. So that's how she had to put on Jacob to make Isaac think that he's Esau. And she gave the savory meat that and the bread which she had prepared to the hand of Jacob. So Jacob, she gave him the food to Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that my soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto him, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? So Isaac like, how you found that pottage so quickly? I just sent you. And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me, which is true. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him. So Jacob probably was trying to disguise his voice, make himself sound like Esau. The voice of and he said the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So he like Isaac like, your voice sound like Jacob, but you feel like Esau. He probably like, maybe I'm tripping. I'm thinking you Jacob because your voice, but you is Esau. So that's what Isaac probably was thinking. Verse 23, and he discerned him not, because his hands was hairy as his brother's hands, so he blessed him. So he didn't even question it. As soon as he felt his hands, he was like, this got to be Esau. I got to be tripping. And he blessed him. He blessed Jacob. Which our forefather, that's how it was supposed to be in the beginning. The Lord had it like that for a reason. And I'm gonna show you why. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's vintage, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine and drink. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. That's what what they did to our people. And this is gonna happen soon for eternity in the kingdom of heaven. This blessing right here is gonna happen again for life in the kingdom of heaven, when these other nations are gonna have to come to us and bow down to us and serve us. That's the blessing that we receive. And it said, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. So it's the blessings. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Esau, that's Satan, blessing Jacob, right? What was that? And Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting. So now when Jacob kind of got up out of there, now Esau coming in, right? And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father. And he said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's vintage, that thy soul may bless me. And that's so wicked, bro. Think about it. In the beginning, Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. So either way, how the Most High had it set up, either way, Jacob was supposed to get it anyway. Because Esau sold his birthright to Jacob for that raw red meat, that raw red pottage. So Esau, that's how you know this how you know this is a so-called white man. Esau tried to be sneaky and tried to still get the blessing after he sold it to Jacob. You know that's a so-called white man for you, man. He told Jacob, "Oh, you can get out. What is this birthright for me? Why do I need it? I'm finna die. You can take the birthright." Now all of a sudden, he's trying to go back and get the birthright that he sold to his brother. So it was already Jacob's from the beginning. What was it? Oh, verse 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou comest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. So Esau he crying now. He's trying to tell his father. He's trying to tell his father Isaac to bless him. Even though he sold his birthright to Jacob, which is us, he's still trying to get that birthright. He's still trying to get some type of blessing. That's off, man. That's madness. Verse 35, and he said, Thy brother came with stability and had taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, Had thou not reserved a blessing for me? So Esau talking about, he took away my birthright. No, you sold him the birthright. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing that you say he can have though. You feel what I'm saying? And he said, Have thou not reserved a blessing for me? So Esau talking about, you ain't got no blessing nowhere for me in that. You know, you don't got no blessing for me still. I know you gave him all the blessings, but I know it got to be one more. I know you can bless me with something, anything. He getting desperate right now. He should have never sold it. But it was all in the Most High will anyway. And it says, where was it? And Isaac answered in verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thy son, unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. So Esau still begging for a blessing. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. So the Bible said he gonna have to serve his brother. Who is his brother? Jacob. But we know the so-called white people not judging. They not serving us right now. So when is this gonna come to pass? In the kingdom of heaven. They gonna serve us in the kingdom of heaven. This is when it's going to come, because it's a blessing that we did that was promised to Jacob in his seed line. And it says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. So the Bible said Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her youngest son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, arise, let thy be Laban my brother to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou have done to him. Then will I send and fetch thee from thence, and thou shalt be deprived also of you both in one day. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife for the daughters of Heth, such as these things are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? So that's the whole Genesis chapter 27, right? And I read all that just to show you that Esau hated Jacob, man. He had a perpetual hatred to Jacob. And it's getting passed down from generation to generation. That's why we going through so much stuff. This is why we was getting hung. This is why we was getting burnt alive. This is why we was getting this is why we get racially profiled. This is why the police, the so-called white man, put his foot on our neck. This is why we getting killed by them so much. This is why we get called these different names by them. Because they spirit, they don't know why probably, but they spirit know. They hate us from the beginning of time. And this is in Genesis. This happened in Genesis, the first book. They still hate you because you receiving all the blessings. That hatred is still in them to this day, man. And even though they might say, I don't know why. I heard some people say, I watched a video of a so-called white woman say she don't like us, but she don't know why. I don't know why I don't like y'all, but it's a feeling that I get because of this right here. because of the birthright situation. Now it's getting passed on. Now it's more to it now. Now they hate us because of our hair. Like I said, they hate us because they our melanin, because our lips, because our talent, because our spirit, because who we are. Right? So, Lord witnesses, this is a mighty video through the spirit, man. I just want to get a little bit just to go into why we hate it so much, man. You know, why we hate it so much. What did we do? What did we do to get in this situation? We didn't keep the commandments of the Lord. This is why we in this situation. This is why we hate it so much. This is why we serving these other nations. Because we didn't keep the commandments of the Lord. So us not keeping the commandments of the Lord, or the contract or the covenant that we made with him, now we're getting punished for what our forefathers did. But eventually, it's going to be lifted off of us, man. This is why we warn our people. This is the last captivity. This is the last captivity, man. America is the last captivity. After this, if you don't get the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna be dead. You gone. Lake of fire. And ain't gonna be no more slavery after this. For us, we're gonna be ruling for eternity. They're gonna have to serve us for eternity. They're gonna be below us for eternity. They're gonna have to do what we say for eternity. That's how it's gonna go, and that's how the road was supposed to be set up. But we didn't keep the commandments, so therefore the roles swapped to the point where they ruling us, and we gotta serve them. So that's just how it went, to sum it up, right? I hope this video was edifying, and I hope this video encouraged Israel to keep the commandments. Because once we come together and keep these commandments and keep these feast days and what the Bible tells us to keep and how to love our brothers, this curse gonna be lifted off us, man. We just gotta keep these commandments. If you want to prosper, if you want the kingdom of heaven, if you don't want to work no more, if you want everlasting rest, if you want immortal bodies, you have to keep the commandments. We have to come back to these commandments. We have to see where we made a mistake at as a people and do better. We gotta go back and read and see where did we mess up at. Now when you see the area you messed up in at, now we gotta do better. Now we gotta keep the commandments. Gotta do a better job of keeping the commandments. Gotta do a better job of spreading the word for our nation. You know, so with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Rashai. I say shalom.